We are in 32 states, Canada, and Mexico, and over 500 strong in Houston. We are proud supporters of our communities. We are investing in natural gas, oil pipelines, and power generation to keep the lights on and homes cooled. We are helping to secure America's energy future. We are TransCanada.
Energy Day will be held right here, all around City Hall. The purpose? To help us all understand just how much work goes into making something like your light switch turn on so simple.
People just don't stop to think about it because they don't have to.
So what powers your light switch? Millions of people across North America working in the energy industry.
It's a complicated world in which we live in, making sure that everybody gets the energy they need, whether that's from natural gas or from oil or from wind or from hydro or from solar. And we need all sorts of forms of energy in order for us to be able to continue our lifestyles the way we do today.
Otherwise, in terms of kids, their Xbox doesn't work, the TV doesn't work.
You know, if you don't have energy, you can't play your video game, you can't play on your computer, you know, you can't watch television, you can't cook your supper, you can't drive to school.
Their name says Canada, but they are much more. TransCanada employs some 1,600 people in the United States, 500 of those here in Houston. TransCanada creates enough electricity to power 11 million homes and provides the pipeline to bring oil and natural gas to consumers, much of it coordinated in a room resembling mission control.
Out of Houston office here runs about 16,000 miles of natural gas pipelines in the United States.
Shall we head in?
Let's go inside.
Okay.
What is it that you do here?
Well, we control our natural gas pipelines from this room. Each station represents a significant segment of the pipeline. We try to break up the pipelines and equipment into pieces that we can manage.
What exactly are these gentlemen doing here?
Well, they are monitoring the pipe on a real-time basis across all of our 7 pipes. We have somewhere on the order of 200,000 pieces of data we collect on a real-time basis, so that we can ensure that we're providing the gas our customers need on a reliable basis, and that safety is the #1 priority.
The room is staffed and monitored 24/7 with detailed contingency plans for emergencies. The entire TransCanada building, including the gas control room, was evacuated during Hurricane Ike, but the company built an identical control room further north to keep the natural gas flowing. They even train multiple times a year to prepare for the unforeseen incidents.
We can't stop and say, well, the hurricane, has shut us down. We have to provide that service. We cannot afford to let a day go by when we're not flowing gas.
Safety is a top priority for us, as it is for the industry.
Senior VP and General Manager of TransCanada U.S. Pipelines, Lee Hobbs, knows the energy industry is scrutinized heavily because of damage to the environment from accidents like the massive BP oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico.
You do care about the environment.
You know what? We are all environmentalists. We all have children, or we know people who have children. We want to leave this planet in a better place than we left it.
Hobbs says pipelines are the safest way to distribute both natural gas and oil. TransCanada takes extra precautions to maintain their pipeline's integrity.
When you put pipe in, you make sure that the quality of the steel is appropriate. There are standards to make sure that we meet for that. We put coating on the steel to make sure that the elements in the soil don't actually harm the pipeline, to protect the pipeline.
Since oil can take 2 weeks to travel from northern Canada to Houston, workers constantly monitor the flow on computers, in the field, and internally with an instrument called the Smart Pig.
You run through the pipeline to get data on sort of the thickness of the pipe to make sure there's been no degradation. But we also run tests to make sure that the coating isn't been rubbed off and is creating issues for us. We do aerial patrols where we actually patrol the pipeline from the air to make sure that there are no encroachments. We do a lot of work and we employ a lot of people whose simple job it is to make sure that we do deliver our natural gas and other products safely.
The Smart Pig is just one of the innovative displays that TransCanada will feature at Energy Day.
We have one that's made specifically for us, and it is like a little city in a box, It's going to have different examples of energy. You're going to have your natural gas, your oil, hydro, and wind. There's going to be interactive buttons they can push. There's things going to light up. They're going to see movement.
Where they can actually do hands-on of a model which shows how energy moves.
Then there is this certain crowd pleaser.
We have coal.
The TransCanada iPad app. I gave it a test run along with some area high school students. We can all attest to its entertainment and educational value.
Environmental games don't just benefit you, they benefit you and the people around you.
It's a specially designed application that has a city that they're going to provide energy for, and they're going to see all the ramifications of that as far as the pollution, the money, everything that goes into powering a major city.
That's the purpose of Energy Day. Teach everyone from kindergarten to high school, college students to parents, about what it takes to create all the energy we use, to understand the risks and rewards of all types of energy, and to figure out a balance between supplying energy and the environment.
So the more they understand about the importance of energy and then, use their education and their minds to come up with those technological improvements which will actually allow us to make that balance, is why I think it's important to educate our youth.
For a full schedule of Energy Day events, go to energyday2011.org. I'm Travis Herzog.
We are in 32 states, Canada, and Mexico, and over 500 strong in Houston. We are proud supporters of our communities. We are investing in natural gas, oil pipelines, and power generation to keep the lights on and homes cooled. We are helping to secure America's energy future. We are TransCanada.